Greetings YouTube, it's your boy Demus the Yardman, aka Young Kim the First, back at you with this video. Now this video is about the return of Keith One Time Thurman, or as some dub him now, Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman. Let's talk about it. So, Keith Thurman just came back after over 930 days. I think the exact number was 932 days off of boxing. And let's talk about it. Was the performance impressive? Just because a performance is dominant, which it was dominant last night, doesn't make it impressive. Impressive for who? Now, if this was an average Joe welterweight, absolutely. But this is not an average Joe. This is supposed to be a top welterweight. Keith One Time Thurman. You know, can we put Keith Thurman up there with Errol Spence, with Terence Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Yordenis Ugas? These men? I'm not so sure. The performance was dominant against Mario Barrios, but I wasn't too overly impressed. The power didn't look like it was there. Now, I don't know if that's because they wore 10-ounce gloves, and usually welterweights wear the 8-ounce gloves. But in Las Vegas, they have a rule for the 135, 140, and 147 division that if both fighters don't agree to the 8-ounce gloves, you know, they have to wear the 10-ounce gloves. Now, at first, Keith Thurman was saying he wanted the 10-ounce gloves, but then he said he didn't care. But then Barrios came out saying, well, not saying, but I gather he's uncomfortable. It's his first time at welterweight. The 10-ounce gloves offer him more protection. Fair. They're both wearing the gloves. No excuses. Excuses out the window. I predicted somewhere between the 7th, 9th round knockout, and it looked like it was going to come to fruition, but it didn't. He had Barrios hurt a number of times. But the power just never looked like it was there. It didn't look like it was there. He never dropped Barrios, and though Barrios was hurt, Keith Thurman clearly didn't have him hurt to the point where he felt he could press on the gas. Keith Thurman does not want smoke with these top welterweights. And it's time we start calling a spade a shovel. Keith is no longer a top welterweight. That loss to Manny Pacquiao, struggled to Josecito Lopez, couldn't get out Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios had Keith Thurman hurt to the body, just as Pacquiao did, and just as he did in the Pacquiao fight, he had to spit out his mouthpiece so he could grasp for air, take them extra breaths. Now that's a veteran move, but Errol Spence Jr. is the most vicious, bar none, the most vicious body puncher in all of the welterweight division. He will get Keith Thurman out of there in less than 8 rounds. I could bet the house on that. Terence Crawford will get him out of there. He's not the vicious body puncher that Errol Spence is. He doesn't throw punches in volume like Errol Spence does. But he's accurate, he's smart, versatile. His ring IQ is arguably the best in the game. And he knows where to punch Keith Thurman to hurt Keith Thurman. Terence Crawford will get him out there. Jaron Boots Ennis will get him out of there. Will get him out of there. Too big, too strong, too fast, too athletic. You know. Yordenis Ugas would be Keith Thurman's best fight out of those top welterweights. But right now, I would edge Yordenis Ugas to beat Keith Thurman. You know, Keith Thurman, his body's too vulnerable, man. His body is too vulnerable. Now, we want to call ring rust out. We want to throw ring rust out there. And ring rust is a real thing, but we have to be objective here. Because look at Errol Spence. He got into that horrific car crash. He had to go through rehab. You know, he had to get his teeth replaced. You know, and he came back after over a year going through all of that and dominating Danny Garcia, who is an even better opponent and welterweight than Mario Barrios. Danny Garcia would have beat Keith Thurman last night. And that's not feelings, that's facts. Danny Garcia would have got Keith Thurman out of there last night. And you know, Errol Spence came back, dominated Garcia. The only round that he lost people, myself included, would debate that he took that round off just for energy conservation, you know. So is Keith Thurman ready for these top welterweights? I would say no. Errol Spence was saying that he would never fight Keith Thurman again. Well, not again in terms of like they fought before, because they haven't fought before. But he won't fight him again, meaning he's not willing to fight him, because when Errol Spence Jr. was coming up, Keith Thurman danced around that boy. I don't know if it's Keith Thurman or Michael Jackson boy, Chris Brown, one of them. He danced all around him. He told him get a belt. Earl went to Europe, England, got the belt off of Kell Brook. Keith Thurman still didn't want to fight him. You know, Keith Thurman did admit that he dropped the ball there. He thought that Errol Spence was his Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao fight. He thought that it would build up, but he took the loss, and that fight lost luster. Now, there is history there, so the fight will still be fantastic, and I will pay my hard-earned money to watch that fight. But he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose to all of these top welterweights. He needs a couple more tune-ups. He's not ready for these guys, you know. And Errol Spence looks like he's warming up. I know Errol Spence is licking his chops after he saw that performance last night. If Barrios can make you spit your mouthpiece out and gasp for air from body shots in them 10-ounce gloves, oh my goodness. It's not even going to be... I don't even think it would be competitive. I don't think it would be competitive, you know. Like I said, out of all the top welterweights, I think the only person that Keith could match up well with is Ugas, and I still think he loses that fight. Nonetheless, I'm happy for that dominant performance he put up. Looking forward to see what happens next. I want to see who his next opponent is going to be. Until next time, guys, it's your boy Demus, the Yardman, aka Young Kim the First. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, even dislike, positive, negative feedback. I'm looking for it all. Peace, love, blessings in abundance to you all. Until next time, stay safe.